Hello and welcome to Math 32. My name is Jeff Hamilton. I get to be an instructor for this course. Just as a quick little introduction, you'll see my introduction on Canvas and the discussions, but here's just a quick one. I enjoy, as you can tell, being outside, being with family and friends. This bottom picture is my two grandkids, Rowan and Asher, building a snowman. Anyway, and here's one day I was running, here's kayaking with my son, here we were out hiking behind the college with my friend Brad, and here I was biking along the river in Tabor. I like being outside, I like being with family. I'd encourage you to, I encourage you to introduce yourself in Canvas. There's a discussion board and a posting there. It's worth marks, so you want to do it, and include things like where you come from, what career would you like to do, and things that you like to do in your spare time. Purpose of this video, though, other than introduction, is to introduce you to the course outline. Okay, for the course outline, this is the general information page. You'll notice my name is here at the top with where my office is. Not that I'm there during the virus pandemic, but you can get a hold of me using this email or the email that you can access through Canvas. So Canvas email or this one will get to me. But also you might find it, and I find it a little easier if people just text me. So that's my cell phone number, 403-382-1849. If you have any questions throughout the course or need anything, you can always text me there. In terms of our class time, of course, this is an online class, and so we don't ever meet face-to-face. But you can follow through with the calendar, so it's not in class, but there is a schedule that you can follow. Also, if you have questions about our program or our center, you can direct those to this phone number there, and you can get in touch with either our chair, our associate dean, or our dean. Here are the outcomes of the course, and the course is compatible to Math 30-2 in the high school. So we go through lots of different functions. So we look at rational, exponential, logarithmic, polynomial, trigonometric functions, and we look at what they look like and how we can manipulate them, how we can solve them, and we also look at things like probability of doing things and combinations and permutations. So that's the basis of the course. In terms of how you'll be assessed, here it is. You have, as usual, unit exams. There's 4 of them, and there's a final exam. Those exams will be written on or before the days that I've indicated here, and these days are also in the course calendar. You can't write the exam after those days, so it has to be done on or before May 22nd for your first exam. If something happens, whatever issue it might be, small or big, if you haven't written by that day, I'll give you a 0. There won't be any rewrites. However, on the final exam, it'll be made up of 4 parts. So if you got a 0 on that first exam and you want to make that up, then that first section of the final exam, say you get 80% on that. If you get 80% on that, then I'll get rid of the 0 that you had earlier and replace it with an 80. So it would be as if you got 80% on that first exam. Other things that you do daily or in accordance to that calendar that's in Canvas are assignments or homework and online quizzes. Each of those will be worth 7.5%. Each of those you can do as many times as you want, and I just take your highest mark. The due date for those, I have dates throughout the semester as when I'd like to have those done, but the ultimate due date for those is the final exam. Probably not a good idea to wait until the final exam to do them, or the night before. You should do them as we're going through the semester, but if you miss a day and you might be late according to the calendar. Don't worry about it, I'm not docking marks for that. In terms of academic honesty, and there's a slide later about this, during the exams, and we'll be looking at ways of providing you with a secure online exam. We'll be doing that. I'll give you more information on that later. So during the exams, I want to see what you know, not what your friends know or spouse or kids or whomever. So I want to know what you know for the exams. For the assignments and online quizzes, I encourage you to get help on those. So whether it's, again, spouses or kids or parents or friends or whomever, or me, I'd love to help you out with those. I'd like you to get 100% on all of those. And so get as much help as you can from other people so that you can understand those concepts completely. This is how you'll be graded. So to get an A+, you have to get a 95. In order to fail, you got to make sure you're under 50 or 49 or under. Hopefully that won't apply to any of you. In terms of attendance requirements, there isn't an attendance requirement per se. If you're a funded student, there will be some requirements that you'll need to meet in order to maintain your funding. But you don't have to be on campus for any days. General course expectations, I expect that you'll be working hard at this. It's a regular course, just as if you're taking it face-to-face. You should be putting in, it might be even a little bit harder because it's more you, and the responsibility is on you to make sure you're doing math and keeping up with assignments and all the rest of it. So I'd encourage you to be into Canvas almost every day. You might miss a day here or there, but get into Canvas and into My Labs and work on homework and work on quizzes each day. Another expectation I didn't write down here, but just in thinking about it, is stay in touch. So make sure that you are sending me an email or texting me, once a week would be nice. More frequently if you want, but at least once a week, just to let me know how you're doing, where you're at, if you're struggling with anything, if you're on track. It'd be nice to stay in touch. So I expect that you're into Canvas, and I expect that you're touching base with me too. In terms of the instructional method, it's an online class, and so it's you get to do it at your own leisure. This is the sort of the flow that I would think that would be good. So I want you to watch a video. I've created videos, and I'm creating new ones for each one of the concepts that we have. So watch the video, pay attention, because there will be a video quiz at the end. So you actually get 2 quizzes per section. It's just a short one. It'll only be a couple questions, but just a short one. So watch the video, write the video quiz, and then work on the homework in My Labs. Typically for each section, there's 8, 10, 12 questions per section. And so work on those, use the help that is in My Labs. There's excellent help and video tutorials there. Also text me, and don't feel bad for texting me multiple times a day. If you're doing the homework and you need help on each one of the 10 questions, feel free to text me and I can help you out with those. Okay, so watch video quiz, do the homework, and then do the quiz on that homework that's in Canvas. Okay, once you've done all that, then you're done for that particular day. And notice that that's not going to be, a 20-minute kind of thing. You're going to have to put some effort into watching the video, doing both quizzes, doing your homework, and making sure that you're comfortable and you understand the concepts that are there. Once you've done that, then on to the next section. Some of the sections might be very easy for you to pick up on. Some of the sections, they might be a little bit harder. So put time in on the ones that you're struggling with. And you keep doing that. And then before the exam, you can always go back and do more quizzes and more homework just to brush up on things. But also in Canvas, near the end of the modules, there's an old exams section. And I've put in 1 or 2 old exams there that I've given in the past. Most of the exams are 21 questions long, and I mark your best 20 questions. Each question is marked out of 5 points. So I give you an idea of whether I feel you have a deep understanding of that concept. If I think that you do have a good understanding, you get 5 out of 5. If you're almost there, 4 out of 5. If you have no idea what you're doing, you get a 0 out of 5. Okay, so that's sort of the flow for going through the content. The kind of things that you need access to Canvas, you need access to My Labs. If you've bought My Labs in the past, your license is still good. It's good for all of our math courses. If you haven't, you'll need to get a license from that. You can get a license through the bookstore. I'll put a link in Canvas on getting a license for that through the bookstore. The other thing you need is some kind of a calculator. I'm recommending more and more for students just to use Desmos. It's a free app that you can get for your Android, iOS phone. You can use it on an iPad, a computer, whatever. But it's a very good tool, and I think it helps limit the number of mistakes that you often make doing calculations, or I often make during calculations. So Desmos is a great resource. Okay, in terms of resources we have here at the college, of course, we use Canvas for our email. Our library, learning cafe, accessibility services areas are, during the virus, are sort of not out of commission, but their services are limited. So if you, I'm not sure if you need a whole lot of help from the library, but Learning Cafe used to offer great support for our math students. And I'm not sure what they're doing while this virus pandemic is on. But if you do have questions, feel free to text me as often as you want. If you need some accessibility services, feel free to let me know about those, and we can make arrangements for extra time on exams or stuff like that. Also, during the semester, often there's stresses that happen with students, and if you need to talk to somebody about that, about not just school stresses, but other stresses, we have a Health Chappelle counseling services, and they're a great service to help you out, talk things out, and they help put things into place to help you out. All right, other things on here, I've already talked about academic honesty. Make sure for exams, you're showing me what you know, not what your friends know. And I think that is it for the course outline. As I said before, if you do have any questions at all about the course itself, about specific content in the course, feel free to contact me anytime. Again, my phone number is 403-382-1849. I'll respond as quickly as I can. Sometimes on weekends I'll take some time off, but contact me when you've got the question. Don't wait, send it, and then I'll respond as quickly as I can. I'm looking forward to helping you through the course.